Okay, people. So just checked out Flaming Hot, right? And that's not, a title for Pride Month. This is the story about Flaming Hot Cheetos, right? Flaming Hot Cheetos. What is this? I know it's a little crazy, right? And when you learn about this story, it's something that makes you scratch your head, right? Because it seems implausible. You know what I mean? You learn about it and you think this cannot be true, right? There's got to be something going on here. This shit makes no sense at all. But it's real, people, and it is the feature directorial debut from Eva Longoria. Mm-hmm. Yup. Written by Louis Colick and Linda Yvette Chavez, based on a book, A Boy, a Burrito, and a Cookie, right? From Janitor to Executive, from Richard Montanez. Okay, dokie. The film is produced by Devon Franklin, executive produced by David Kern and Samuel Rodriguez. Marcelo Vavos handles the music. Federico Cantini, cinematography. Kayla Emter and Liza de Españas edited the piece. Carla Hugh, casting. Cabot McCullen and Brandon Mendez were on production design. Billy W. Ray, art direction. David Hatt, set decoration. Costume designs is Elaine Montalavo. Um, Hair and makeup, we have got Sierra Barton, Amber Glassrod, Teresa Hill, Madeleine McHugh, Carol Mitchell, Christy Moraga, Juan S. Nunez III, Taylor Roberts, Michael Solano, Danielle Vigal, Rene Majeur, and Jolan Nito. Now, our cast. Well, people. Richard Montanez is played by Jesse Garcia. Judy Montanez, right? Played by Annie Gonzalez. We have his dad, Vacho Montanez, played by Emilio Riviera. There's Concha Martinez, played by Vanessa Martinez. I think that's his mum, right? Um, we have got Clarence C. Baker, played by the great Dennis Haysbert, right? There's the head of the company, Robert Enrico, played by Tony Shalhoub. We have Tony Romero, played by Bobby Soto. Abeto, played by Pepe Serena. Hector Morales, played by Jimmy Gonzalez. Lonnie Mason, he's the floor manager of the factory, played by Matt Walsh. A young Richard Montanez is played by Carlos S. Sanchez, right? A young Lucky Montanez is played by Carlos Salarazano. A young Judy is played by J.D. Martinez. We've got Stephen Montanez, played by Bruce Gonzalez. Who else do we have? Pablito, played by Fabian Alama. Diego, played by Mario Ponce. Nacho, played by Eric Marg. Algerado, played by Algerado Montigna Marin. Al Carey, played by Howard Ferguson Jr. James Finley, played by Peter Daesh. Patty, Enrico's secretary, played by Laura Martinez Cunningham. And that's probably the main lot of people, right? That's probably the main lot of people. Oh, I will say a young Mary Lou is played by Gianna Gallegos. Okay, so the gist of the flick is this. Yes. Right. Flaming Hot is the inspirational true story of Richard Montanez, who, as a Frito-Lay janitor, disrupted the food industry by channeling his Mexican heritage to turn Flaming Hot Cheetos from a snack into an iconic global pop culture phenomenon. Now, I heard about this story. I believe it was on a podcast, right? Probably maybe, I don't know, 10 years ago, something like that. And it's something where when someone first tells you this, you're like, shut up, man. That never happens. And then you find out this is true, right? A janitor becomes a VP at the organization. You're just like, I don't know, right? Because there's so many barriers, so many hurdles put in place, institutional racism, just all of these things. So it is, yeah, it's a story, right? And then I heard they were making it, and it's intriguing, right? When I heard that Eva Longoria was going to be directing, I was like, okay, that's cool. And then you see that behind the camera, there are a lot of Latinos, right? Which is, that's a nice thing. That's a nice thing to see, right? Because it's like sometimes we take certain stories and then you're like, look, we're making stories about everyone. But then everyone behind that camera is the typical people, right? So it's nice to see that a diverse story gets a diverse in front and behind the camera crew, right? But you know, you don't know how these things are going to turn out. And I gotta say, I thoroughly enjoyed this, right? It's a feel good story, people. And man, you need those, right? We've done so many things about suffering and pain and hardship and all of that. And there is a place for that, right? You know what I mean? We need to see that. We need to understand what these barriers are. But on the flip side, it's nice to get something that, although it shows the come up, the struggle, it does it in a way that just warms the heart, right? This, it made me think of the Wonder Years, right? It's told in that narration way, you know? And I think there's something just enticing about that, right? It pulls you in, but you need the right voice to do it, right? You need the right voice and the right words. And that's what we got here. You know, there's a little direction at the beginning as we get, we start off. And the thing is, the narrator is Richard, right? So it's Jesse Garcia. And so, he's like, yo, I, I've started humbly and I became this thing, right? So we get this misdirection. We see different people, different like Latinos, and then the big reveal. And you're like, okay. So then from there, we jump into the early beginnings as a little kid running around the vineyard, struggles at school, right? And then the hustles at school and the hustles in the street, right? But what we do see, Judy is by his side every step of the way, right? And there is something really just heartwarming about that. Seeing like he knew Julie from a little kid all the way through, and that she was ride or die. You know what I mean? There is definitely something about that. And also, right, because sometimes, right, when people succeed, it's all like, this is all me. And a lot of times, although, yeah, you put in all of that work, without that hard work and determination, you would not have got where you were. But there's oftentimes someone gives you a small little break, a little thing that can help turn things around for you. And we see that, right? A judge does that for Richard, right? But then you have to then make the next steps, right? Because, hey, someone can crack open that door, but if you take the wrong turn, do the wrong thing, hey, it's not going to work out. So we just see all of these things, and it's interesting, right? And it's, it's comical. It is comical. We get, like, when he's recounting certain scenes, right, in certain situations, you get the, yeah, I wish I had done this, but this is how it really happened. So you get that, which is always, that works sometimes. It doesn't always work. Done the right way, it works. And with this, you get the Mexican voiceover on the "I wish it went down like this," right? Which it is funny when you see these like white execs, and then speaking of "Hey, vato," and it's just like, yo, you know what I mean? It made me chuckle. Made me chuckle. Ain't gonna lie. And yeah, do I believe that everything went down exactly like it's shown here? No, no, I do not. Right? It's like every time the phone rang, he was in that office. I mean, what are the chances, right? What are the chances that you would always be in that spot exactly when? No, I don't believe that. I don't believe that everything necessary was as smooth, but we do see a big time period jump. Like, you know what I mean? Things didn't happen, boom, just like that. No, 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 no. It was years. It was years for everything to move how it moved. So that I do believe, and I think that was a good thing. They didn't try and show it like, I had no idea. Oh yeah, and then the next week, boom, boom, it all went down. No, 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 no. So I think the way, what I mean, this was shown, it works, right? It pulls you into the story, right? You see things not quite go to plan. You see some struggle, right? But then you see, you know, this partnership, right? Richard and Judy, the strength of that, how important it is for someone to believe in you, right? And to know that you've got this person who is ride or die, right? Who believes in you, who will call you on your bullshit, right? But then will be like, no, 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 no. We do not give up, right? I believe that you can do this thing. You did that first thing, remember? So you can do that next thing, right? And that's really friggin' important. Really important, man. So when you are watching some of these scenes, man, it's touching. It really is, you know? So as I said, people, I really enjoyed this. It's not, what I mean, like Shakespearean acting, and but it's acted in a way, right, that tells the story. I feel in the way the story hits you and reaches, probably more people, right? Because it becomes enjoyable, it becomes funny, it's amusing, but still heartwarming. You know, with the way the scenes are shot, work perfectly. You know, ain't the script works. You know, because it manages to inject the humor, but also the sentimentality, right? The emotional impact does that. It really does, you know, and that's just, man, it's lovely. It's lovely. It's a lovely thing to see. As I said, sometimes you need a film like this, you know? And I think this is something that the whole family can sit around and watch and enjoy, right? And it's a, you know, it's a tool, right? So when the kids are like, oh, and you'd be like, listen, look, that person started off as a janitor and look what he was able to become. Didn't all go smoothly, right? There was hurdles, there was setbacks, but he didn't persevere. I mean, he did put, I mean, he didn't, no, he persevered. Like he didn't take that as a, oh, it's done. You know, even though there are moments when you might feel like, fuck, I cannot keep doing this, right? You then just wake up and you do it, right? Or someone close to you, right, has your back and they're like, listen, I believe in you. You know, when you need help, your peoples come to your aid. Right? That's the power of this. This is the message that I think a lot of people will feel, right? And it will help them in the thing that they're trying to do. You know, get out of their situation, make the moves that they need to do. And that's not necessarily to be a VP, right? It could be anything. But these sort of stories, these experiences, these things that we see, right? They can give you the courage, they can give you the strength, you know, to try the thing that you want to do, right? Regardless of what that thing may be. So, yeah, I think Flaming Hot is cool, man. Because, you know, we don't have Flaming Hot over this side of the pond. As far as I'm aware, I've not, I mean, hey, maybe there's a spot near you, right? Nowhere near me. There was definitely nowhere in Orpington. You feel me? But nowhere here, right? And I haven't even seen them on my travels. Now, there's definitely hot things, right? But I haven't seen flaming hot Cheetos. Yes, have not seen them. But yeah, there's hot things. I do like my spice. Not where it's so hot you cannot taste anything, though. So yeah, I don't know, man. Maybe when I fly over next, I will try and hunt these down and give them a shot. Maybe I'll do that. But yeah, I enjoyed the film. I enjoyed the heck out of the film, and yeah, Eva Longoria does a great job as a director. You know, she's done some TV episodes, done a short film, but this is the first feature, and from this, I'm down to see what else you can do, people. You know what I mean? So yeah, if you got Hulu, if you got Disney Plus, I recommend that you give this a shot. Right? If you liked the recent Tetris movie, you know what I mean? Then I think this can work for you. You know, if you just like those biopic type of things, you know what I mean? Then this might work with you. We looked at, you know, recently Air, right? We looked at what the Lamborghini story last week. You know, if those sorts of things make, you know, what I mean, hit you in that way, then people, I will definitely say that you will enjoy Flaming Heart. So yeah, if, as I said, if you've got Hulu, if you've got Disney Plus, boom, that's where you will find it. So go check it out, people, and enjoy yourself. But have a glass of water on the side because you don't want your mouth to burn. All right, Flamin' Hot. Enjoy.